Good morning, folks. See if anyone joins this morning. Dear. Hello, Cameron. Guys, I want to be very clear. I went live earlier just because I was testing it out on my iPad because I found that when you reach 1,000 subscribers, you're able to stream on any device, not just on a computer. So that's why I went live earlier. And excuse me, because I'm going to get some water. Oh, jeez. So how is everybody doing this morning? Yeah, it's been a few months. I just haven't really had anything to stream about, so that's why I haven't been streaming, but I'm going to start trying to stream more often. And if you're wondering what happened here, I scratched myself. Hello, Xerix. I hope I didn't butcher that. I'm not entirely sure if that's how you say your name. So, this is mostly just going to be, I guess, random topics. I don't know. I lost like 6 subscribers last night because of my recent video, but it's perfectly fine. I don't do YouTube for the sake of that. I don't care about views, subscribers, likes, whatever. It's not why I started doing YouTube. I started doing YouTube because it's something I enjoy doing, not because I care about being popular. And okay, so should I just say it like Chris X? Hold on. Sorry, I got a notification. Did the stream freeze or is it still going? It looks like it's still going. But yeah, I am going to try to stream more often, as I said. People come and go, but people who stay matters, and hey, you're getting up there. I also like how you said it originally and go with that too. It's still going. Alright. I'm glad because I thought like any sort of notifications on my iPad would stop the stream, but I'm glad it's still working. This is, of course, my first time streaming using an iPad. So I'm glad that everything is still, going well. And if I did get a new shirt. In case anybody's wondering, it says, oh, wait a minute, let me see. It says Moody. Came all the way from the UK. So, should we just, I don't want to discuss, Amberlynn Reid, because I feel like Deity has covered that topic pretty well. A lot more well than I can, to be honest. So I would leave covering that topic to him. I don't really have much to say about ALR. I've seen all the drama that's been going on with her and Becky and all of that, and I think it's just nonsense. With the whole I get it, it's a whole thing. What would you want to talk about? Music, cool stuff found. Um, Actually, I would like to probably discuss the whole, because I know that this is still a hot topic right now. Everything going on with Kyle Rittenhouse and people that are upset about the verdict recently. Black Lives Matter, because he said that he was in support of Black Lives Matter and peacefully protesting. They came out and they said that they don't want to be associated with him at all, because this was, of course, a verdict that they expected the courts to choose in terms of letting him go. And I do agree with that. Yeah, the verdict was, it was just, it was so bad. It was so bad. I mean, I personally don't think that he should have gotten any jail time, but that's just me, because honestly, jail would have been too much for somebody like that. I mean, he already was in jail, and he said that during his time in jail, he he played card games with the other inmates. But I think that he wouldn't, somebody like him wouldn't have lasted in jail, because with all the media coverage, there would have eventually been some crazed criminal. Had he been convicted, there would have been some crazed criminal that would have been in the same jail as him, that would have gotten a hold of him, and it would have been not good. Somebody would have gotten a hold of him in jail, and he would have probably been killed or raped or who knows what. People are insane, especially in jail. Yay, another person joined. And I got it. Alright, then they join and leave, that's fine. I got something else that I would like to show you all. I went up to Walgreens this morning. And of course, I've already eaten half of them. But it was a lot, and based, I just think shouldn't have been there, and people shouldn't be pulling games over stuff like this. I agree. I agree. People shouldn't be playing games over stuff like this. But at the end of the day, he did say, yeah, exactly, yeah, especially in prison, they would most likely be dead. People in prison are insane. Anyway, as I was saying, I went to Walgreens, and I got, of course, I've already eaten most of this, but I got gummy Skittles, always a fun thing, and I also got some Profit Prisons Are Dead. Yep, they are. For Profit Prisons Are Dead. They are indeed detrimental. I cannot even talk this morning. And I also got donuts, just like regular chocolate donuts. I've already eaten half of them. So, I'm gonna see what else the media is talking about in terms of Kyle Rittenhouse. Let's see. Because I know that he was recently on with Tucker Carlson and Fox News, and he said that he is currently in college to become a doctor, a male nurse. He said he's going to like Arizona State University and doing all the prerequisites to become a male nurse. I mean, if he, what? Oh boy, oh boy. Apparently, look at this. Look at this. I don't know if it's gonna focus, but it's not gonna focus. And the Travis Scott situation was a fucking disaster. Him and Drake, they got hit with such a huge lawsuit. It is so bad. over $2 billion those two were being hit with in terms of a lawsuit. And I'm now seeing here that our former president, Donald Trump, has now met with Kyle Rittenhouse. And he says that the prosecutor's misconduct in the Kyle Rittenhouse trial. Oh, he met with Kyle Rittenhouse at Mar-a-Lago. Oh. And Trump says that Kyle would have been dead if he didn't act fast in Kenosha. Probably the only reasonable thing that he's ever said at this point. It says former President Trump commented on the trial of Kyle Rittenhouse Tuesday on... Oh, he was on with Sean Hannity on Fox News after meeting with him in Mar-a-Lago. Trump said that Rittenhouse was subjected to prosecutorial misconduct. Well, yeah, I mean, Trump is a private citizen now since he's no longer president. So it makes sense that he would have arranged for Kyle to meet him over there. And he said Rittenhouse should not have had to suffer through a trial for that. He was going to be dead if he didn't pull that trigger. That guy that put the gun to his head in 1/4 of a second, he was going to pull the trigger. Kyle would have been dead. I don't remember anybody putting a gun to Kyle's head. I do remember the whole thing with that Joseph Rosenbaum guy charging at him and trying to take his gun, but I never saw anything regarding somebody pointing a gun at him, pointing a loaded firearm like directly at his head. Yeah, it does, but this honestly creeps out. Yeah. I wouldn't go tomorrow. I wouldn't be caught dead in a place like that. I don't care what the reason is. I'd never go over there. So how are we all doing this morning? I don't get why you needed a big... Well, the AR-15 is a military type style rifle, and they tend to be very, top tier in terms of self-defense. So that's probably why he had it. Because when I noticed from watching the footage of when he shot that Anthony, I can't even figure out how to say his last name, Huber guy, right after, like, a minute after he shot him, he fell in the road, because he got shot in the chest, right? He fell right down in the road. So a weapon like that, I think the real reason that he had it was because a weapon like that, the ammunition for it is very, very lethal in the terms that it can kill a person within a minute or within a few seconds. That's why he had it. I don't think he had it just because it was a big gun and just because he thought it looked cool, despite what he says. He claims he got it because he thought it looked cool, but I think the real reason he got it was because he knew that it would be the type of weapon to be able to take someone out very quickly. That's the real reason I think he got it. I don't think he got it just because it looked cool. I really don't buy any of that. He knew exactly what he was doing when he purchased that weapon. Well, he didn't purchase it, his friend purchased it. But they knew exactly what they were doing when they got that weapon. Which is just sad. A minor having a gun that can kill in the second in public shouldn't be a thing. Well, it's the law in Wisconsin, in Kenosha County, which is in Wisconsin, that says that he can have that sort of weapon. It's screwed up, but it's the way it is out there. And it's going to stay being that way unless somehow the law is changed. I don't think the law is ever going to be changed. I know out here in the state of Florida, the laws are very different from over in Wisconsin. Like here, minors cannot possess firearms at all. Now, should the Senate here change that? It remains to be seen, but I don't think they will. I think he should go through a serious education center. Yeah, with it not even being registered to him. Well, he said that once he turned 18, they were going to do what's called a thing where they could change the registration from it being in his friend's name to him having legal ownership of it. But yeah, I think that's the law there. I think you can do that once you buy, if somebody else buys a gun for you when you're underage, when you turn 18 or whatever kind of like legal age requirement, you can turn the gun over. You can have the name of the gun owner changed to you. If that makes any kind of sense. I really don't understand. I'm not like a legal expert or anything, but I have read up on things like this, and I do know that it is possible to do that over there when you turn 18. Laws can change, we can create them, but we have all these old people monopolizing our society. Yes, we do. We really do, and it makes me sick. Like with my governor, he is not enforcing any sort of mask mandate right now, despite all of the businesses here requiring masks. The mask mandate is not being enforced. Instead, he's going to other states to promote his re-election efforts. It's fucking disgusting. It really is disgusting the way that society is now. It really is. It makes me sick to just watch all of it just crumble away into being nothing. That's just concerning. I get it, but guns should be more protected and people are more likely to die whenever one's around. Well, it all depends. We have to remember this. It all depends on the person owning the weapon. If the person is a responsible gun owner that has passed a background check, that has no criminal record, that has never been arrested, all of that, and they know how to use a weapon responsibly, then I don't think anybody should fear for their safety. Now, if you have somebody that's going out and trying to buy guns illegally just to like shoot up a school or go to protests and kill random people, that's when it is a problem. In my opinion, the government is letting too many criminals buy guns. And I don't think that's ever going to be fixed. And hello, Shadow Wolf. And even if they do make laws as to where, people that are on like no-fly lists or stuff like that can't buy weapons, that is not going to stop people from criminals who want guns are going to find ways to obtain them, legally or illegally. This is just a known fact. Criminals do not care about the law, and they never will. If they want to break the law, they'll break the law by any means necessary. I get what you mean. There just really should be things that make sure guns and weapons are handled by responsible people. I agree. There should be. But with how screwed up our government is, there's not going to be. There isn't. Until we elect people that know how to take care of stuff like this properly, nothing will be done. Nothing will be done. They have to have somebody that is going to thoroughly examine each and every person in every state that goes around and tries to buy any sort of weapon. They have to make sure that they are not buying the weapon for a minor. They have to make sure that they are going to be able to be responsible with it, that they're not going to do any sort of like criminal activity with it, this, that, and the third. But the problem is too many I don't like using this term, but too many bad apples. And laws don't inherently mean morality. Yeah. Anyway, as I was saying, I don't like using this term, but too many bad apples keep finding ways to manipulate the system and the legal system and the background checks in order to get guns. And also, we have to remember that the deep web is still a thing. And there's a whole bunch of illegal activity going on there still. There's sites there that have been seized by the FBI for things like drugs, for things like child pornography, for things like and it's still to this day there's still black market merchants on that website that still sell weapons illegally, weapons and drugs illegally. And the government just cannot handle all of it at one time. So that's why we're still seeing all these criminals being able to slip through the system and do what they want to do. Because it's just too much for the government and for the police and for the FBI to handle all at once. They don't have enough resources to deal with every single criminal that comes here from overseas or wherever. And they should, and it's a shame that they don't. So I don't have much more to say on that. It's too much of a mess. I don't think it'll be fixed. All for greed and viciousness, it's sick. Yeah, it is all for greed and viciousness. That's all it is. All for greed, viciousness, and for the sake of gaining. Also could be better managed, but it's just a constant fight, and I wish it wasn't. Yeah. But I'm gonna actually like look up the laws here, just to kind of like give an example of how the laws in Florida differ from the laws in Wisconsin. Let me see. Okay, so let's see. E2. Alright, let's see. Okay, so here you have to be 21, as opposed to in Wisconsin, you have to be, I guess, like 17, as Kyle said, to own any sort of like heavy firearm or weapon. But I do know here you have to be 21 years old. And it's the same with like tobacco, with alcohol, and just with any sort of like adult thing. They changed the laws here for firearms, but they won't change them there. Doesn't make any kind of sense at all. Let me see. Actually, I don't even think it is. I don't even think it is the same in Wisconsin as it is here. I'm not sure. Let me see. Let's see. Oh no, you have to be 21 there, but you can be 18 to possess or hunt with a firearm with just like a regular handgun. You have to be 18 years old over there to own like a regular handgun and to go hunting with it and stuff. But if you want to legally own it, like just outright have all the papers and all of that there signed and have the gun in your name and everything, you have to be 21. So the laws are the same. I have a firearm in open carry, but God forbid I have to use it, but I would only use it to protect myself and family. And that's what they should be used for, Shadow Wolf. They should only be used for self-defense. Instead of just going apeshit with them. It's honestly messed because it messes with country solidarity, not at least making sure safety stuff is across the board. The laws are so screwed. They really are so screwed. They are. And nothing is going to be done to fix them. Like, I'm going to use something as an example here. I don't know if I'm trying to figure out where I put it. Okay, I got it. I'm going to use this as an example. This is not a gun, but I still had to be 21 to purchase this legally. This is a vape, and yes, I vape. You have to be 21 years old to buy one of these legally in the state of Florida. I'm not sure what, well, it is in all states, but still, at least here, that is something that is restricted to people that are 21 and up. Whereas you have something like a handgun that people can own and possess in the state of Wisconsin to use for hunting when they're 18. But not here. That is how screwed up the laws are. So, I really don't have much else to say on the Kyle Rittenhouse verdict. Literally, death should not be treated flippantly. Encouraging people to kill and have wars just to... Oh. Can I... Wait a minute. I want to see if I can actually, like... Okay, yeah. I wasn't looking at live chat because I didn't know how to... I had top chat on and not live chat. So it only shows, like, the notifications appear for like a few, the messages appear for like a few seconds and then they disappear. So yeah, I'm not gonna like continue to rant about legal stuff and about all the things that you have to be to do this, that, and the other thing. But the verdict, I understand why a lot of people are upset over it. I understand that there's a lot of people that wanted him to go to jail, that wanted him to get convicted, that wanted him to, you know, get life in prison for all those felony charges that he was facing, for recklessly endangering people. But because of the way that the laws are in Wisconsin, that is not going to happen. And the judge, the lawyer for Kyle Rittenhouse asked the judge to dismiss most of the charges anyways. And the judge did that. Now, had the judge not done that, it would have been way different. But because the judge was asked to dismiss most of the charges, the judge dismissed most of the charges. Anyhow, what are you guys going to be doing for Thanksgiving? I don't want to, like, talk about political shit anymore. Alright. So, because of my recent video, I lost a few subscribers, as I said at the beginning. Going to jail, it's a pipeline for someone who gets worse. Yeah, it's also, he just recently turned 18 this year. But anyway, I posted another video, like, criticizing this girl for being racist, and I ended up losing a few subscribers over it. I lost, like, 6 subscribers, but it's whatever at this point. Like, I know that there's a lot of people that are not going to like me speaking my truth. And it's not just me, it's with other YouTubers. I get that that is a part of being on YouTube. You'll get attention, and then you'll lose it, and then you'll get it and you'll lose it, you'll get it and you'll lose it, and it goes on and on and on. It's an endless cycle. So if I get subscribers or if I lose subscribers, it's whatever. Like, I don't really care that much. But what I do want to know is what you guys are going to be doing tomorrow, because tomorrow is Thanksgiving. I'm probably gonna have turkey. I don't know. I'm gonna visit family and maybe later stream on Twitch on Thanksgiving. Hey, yeah, they're just 6 and everyone ain't gonna like what you say, but I wouldn't take it to heart. YouTube also deletes people. Yeah. I don't take it to heart. I really don't. I have fun doing this, and I have fun interacting with you guys and talking to you guys. I couldn't really be bothered to care too much about who is following me and who's not following me, or who's subscribed to me or who's not subscribed to me. And I don't think anybody else that is YouTuber, big or small, should care about anything like that. Like, your subs don't matter. If you just base your whole entire channel on caring about your subscribers, then something's wrong. There is something really wrong, because YouTube ain't all about subs and views. In most cases, yes, it is, but it should just be about having fun. It's really all it should be about. It shouldn't be about being the most popular person on this platform. So, what has it been now? Like, what, over 30 minutes? Yes, it is. And you know, if I'm stuck at 1,000 subscribers forever, then that's fine. It's perfectly fine with me. It won't bother me one bit. Because at least I know that there are people that do want to listen to what I have to say. I just make vlogs and game clips on my channel. That's mostly what I've been trying to do, but I've also, you know, gotten heat from people because last year I did a video on, and I actually did another video on this person last night, actually. I don't know if it was last night or yesterday, but I did a video last year on this girl that tries so hard to be just like Ariana Grande. And she was actually in an Ariana Grande music video. She was in the Thank You Next music video. Gabby DiMartino. And there was a thing with her last year where she had made a home video of herself as a child available for purchase on her OnlyFans for like $3. And it became this whole big thing, and everybody said that, oh, you set me up for felony possession of child pornography. Oh my goodness, you duped your fans into purchasing child porn. And she did make an apology video, and it was just ridiculous. Like, I didn't buy it at all, because it was the same as the whole thing with Logan Paul, where wait a minute. Actually, I do think that video is still up. Let's see. Logan Paul. I hate Logan Paul so much. Logan Paul. Yeah, the So Sorry video.
I'm sorry to be forgiven. I'm simply here to apologize.
It was like this.
So what we came across that day in the woods was obviously unplanned.
It's not going to
The
focus.
reactions you saw on tape were raw. They were unfiltered. None of us knew how to react or how to feel. I should have never posted the video.
Damn straight. You should have never started your fucking channel in the first place. But yeah. it's the same thing every single time that a YouTuber is caught in some sort of big controversy. They make a ridiculous apology video just for the sake of publicity. They're never actually truly sorry. Tana did that type of mess too. Yeah, I don't like Tana Mojo. I just don't. I don't. I really don't. Like, there are YouTubers and content creators that I like and ones that I don't like. And she is at the top of the list. She's like in my top three channels and creators that I don't like. And the fact that she got married to, well, it wasn't a legal marriage, but she still got, they probably got married by justice of the peace. She got married to, Jesus Christ, Jake Paul, and then they got divorced. And every other time, I can't even think of the right words to use because it's so frustrating. It will always be so frustrating for me to find words to properly describe these people that choose to act like lunatics just for the sake of attention. It's sad because can tell they were taught and treated awful, but they just kept getting worse while surrounded by awfulness. It's not, I don't think it has to do with how they were treated. I think it's just how they've chosen to act. I mean, sure, yeah, they could have been abused or bullied or something, but I don't think that any of that, like, I was bullied a lot in, like, elementary school and middle school, but I ended up getting over it. I mean, it's different for a lot of people, but I don't personally believe that they are, acting out because they were just automatically, like, abused. People like that are not abused. I don't believe that people that are that rich and successful. Yeah, I agree. I don't believe that people that are that rich and that successful were abused. I just don't. Because they know how to manipulate people in a way to where it's going to get them attention, it's going to get them views, it's going to get them subscribers. They will do what they have to do and say what they have to do, regardless of who it affects. And that is just the truth. That's the sad truth. They will do and say whatever. And smaller channels like me do not have a chance. And people like me with such a small amount of subscribers will never have a chance at the level of success that these idiots have. It's just never going to happen. And I have accepted that fact. My channel did have a small success last year when I called out Gabby DiMartino for her fiasco, but it's just not happening anymore. It's not. I've accepted the fact that my channel is dead. I've accepted the fact that I am not going to get past 1,000 subscribers, and that's fine. And wait a minute, let me read that again. I don't know if I can show all messages. Okay. And the Paul brothers' dad ingrained hypermasculinity mess into them. I think the dad may have had a lot to do with it too. Good luck and all. And YouTube keeps them up because celebrity's a lot more about who you know versus actually being good. Yeah. Plus, YouTube knows that these stupid people will continue to make them money. Google knows that stupidity sells. I mean, hey, every day is a new day, yeah. But Google knows for the most part that stupidity sells. And that's why they care so much about keeping these people on this platform. It's all about money. It's not about, oh, this person is being disrespectful to a certain more minority or ethnicity, or being, it's not that they care about who's racist and who's not racist, who's sexist and who's not sexist, who's homophobic and who's not homophobic, who's misogynistic and who's not misogynistic. The list goes on. They just care about the fact that they profit off of this bullshit. That's what they care about. That's all they care about. And they prove it as time goes on. They prove it more and more and more as time goes on. Anyways, I have been streaming for like what is it now? 40 minutes, almost 41 minutes. I don't know if I should keep it going or if I should end it. I don't really know what else to talk about. Enablers want to enable, offer whatever unjustifiable reason. Yeah, I agree. I do agree with that. So, you guys want me to talk about anything else, or should I just end the stream? I don't have much else to discuss. I know what I'm going to do. Let's see. How about we read some more? I'm going to go on, just because I think that a lot of stuff on this crazy website is really funny most of the time. I'm going to go and I'm going to look at 4chan. Yeah, it could end if you want a solid run. Nah, I'll keep it going for a few more minutes and then I'll end it. I'm going to read some random stuff on 4chan before I end the stream. Just because I rarely go live. If I end it now, I don't think that it would be fair to you guys. Even though there's only like a few people in this stream. There's only like 2 people here. I feel so loved. But still, regardless, I haven't streamed in a while, so if I end it right now, it wouldn't be fair. Let's see. I'm gonna look, and let's look at the politically incorrect board. This board is for the discussion of news, world events, political issues. I'm not gonna read the disclaimer. They lump housing on there like idiots. It also depends if your child is state-schooled or private. I bet the Jews created that image. Remember, go forth and multiply. Right off the bat, we got somebody mocking Jewish people. There's a pervasive belief here that every white man must have multiple children to outpace demographic replacement, and any who admit to not doing so are considered race traitors or even spiritual Jews. What would your ancestors think? That sort of thing. That's the crowd OP is targeting with this thread. Who says people are cattle? You probably are too. Agreed, we've got 2 kids, 5 and 3-year-old, and the impact on monthly spending is barely noticeable so far. Before I actually end the stream, aside from 4chan, there is something that I would like to discuss that happened a few months ago, because it does involve scamming. And you guys ain't gonna believe this shit. I actually, like, some of my Twitter followers ended up running this girl off Twitter. They made her delete her entire damn Twitter account. There was a girl. I don't know if I can. Okay, wait a minute. There was a girl like a few months ago, I think it was like at the beginning of this year, who was scamming people on Twitter. I never gave her any money, but I had found out about it because somebody that followed her told me that she was scamming people on Twitter because she was offering to like give her private Snapchat, nudes, all that shit. And there were people that gave into it. All right, welcome back, Shadow. There were people that gave into it, and there were people that actually cash apped her money because she was also claiming that some guy was harassing her and she needed money for an Uber to get to her job, otherwise they were going to fire her. Oh dear. And she was from North Carolina, and her name was Hannah. Well, come to find out, in 2018, and this is public record, she was arrested for larceny. You don't know what larceny is? That's basically, I guess, like a... Wait a minute, let me look up the definition of that, because I don't even know what the fuck it is. Okay. Alright, yeah, here we go. Larceny is a crime involving the unlawful taking or theft of the personal property of another person or business. So she stole shit from people, and she got charged with it. People that she stole money from and from other things from, they ended up telling me in my DMs on Twitter about it, and I had confronted her about it, and she was like, "Oh no, I'm not scamming people. I promise, I'll refund you your money and whatever, and I'll make sure that I send you my Snapchat and all that." Just like basic lying bullshit, right? And so people were able to be some people were able to be refunded and others weren't. She got her she didn't get her Twitter suspended. She deleted her Twitter because a few of my followers ended up going after her and finding out more things about her, including the fact that she had an ex-boyfriend who had overdosed on opiates and died, and he had also gotten her into that habit of taking opiates. And they claim that she stole money from all of these people to fund her opiate addiction, and she also wanted to fund her gosh, what the fuck else was it? She did smoke joints, and she also wanted people to help fund her marijuana addiction. And she did have a Facebook, which that got deleted too because everybody was calling her out for all this shit. I don't know if the tweets are still there, but she also changed her username on Twitter, her @ on Twitter, before deleting her Twitter. And it ended up being a real mess. And there's also like a Reddit thread on her. So let me just see if I can find the Reddit thread. I'm sure it's still up somewhere. Let's see. Yeah, here we go. Okay, you must be 18 to view this community. It's from 176 days ago, but it's still relevant to the situation. I hope I don't butcher this. Hannah Soleil Jones. I want this to come up. Okay, no, I want to read the fucking thread. Why are you taking me? I don't want to look at the app. Stop, Reddit. Jesus Christ. Okay. I want this to come up if anyone searches for Horror Cutie, Ultraviolet Angel, Hannah Tegan 666, Sunday Morning 777, Gun Parties, or Hannah Jones. She was on Tumblr for the longest time, and it's still giving me the fucking mature content notice. She was on Tumblr for the longest time as Horror Cutie. She's now selling, quote unquote, a private Snapchat, videos, FaceTime meetings, and who knows what else. Do not buy. I hope you've searched her name, or if you're thinking of buying, it's a matter of public... Oh, wait. I hope you've searched her name if you're thinking of buying. It's a matter of public record that she has a history of larceny, but that hasn't stopped her. She only takes payment through Cash App, demands the payment up front, then will either delay a few days before you never hear from her again, come up with an excuse for more money, or immediately ghost you. Her Cash App is flagged as a scam for a reason. Stay away. 10 out of 10 would scam again. She's victimized a lot of people that have already come forward. There's probably way more out there too. And then they say that she had made a new Cash App and a new backup Snapchat. And to my knowledge, those are still up. But I think I can't really show any pictures of anything of her because it's not going to focus. And also because despite how terrible people are, I'm not going to expose anyone's personal information or anything like that. Like, that's a really fucking shitty, scummy thing to do. Yeah, just stay away from people that scam. That's really all I can say. People that scam and think that they're, like, gonna get away with it, nah. Also, there were people that were involved in this situation that said that they were gonna contact her old probation officer and file a report and just tell the probation officer that she was scamming people. But I honestly, I don't think that doing that would have done anything, because people who scam people never learn. They just never learn. They never have learned and they never will learn. I've dealt with it myself. I remember I had ordered a laptop and it was like almost $200, and I gave the dude the money. He never shipped it to my house. I had to contact PayPal and get a refund. It was just a bunch of fucking bullshit, and I lost out on so much money just for the sake of having a really good laptop, because that laptop was so damn good. Like the frame rates and the FPS on it, phenomenal. It was one of those the fuck is it? It was a another Acer Nitro, like the old one that I had, because I used to have an Acer Nitro 5, and this was a better model. I'm trying to remember. Let's see. I have to Google it. I remember the name, but I just forgot, like... Yeah, no, it was just another Acer Nitro 5. But yeah. I ended up getting fucked out of $200 over a really good laptop. Eventually, I did get refunded, and the guy that scammed me, because I did buy it through an app called Mercari, the guy that scammed me, I ended up like reporting his account and stuff for fraudulent transaction, and they closed his account, and he is no longer allowed to sell on Mercari or buy on Mercari. So it all worked out. But anyways, I think I am going to be ending the stream now because it's been like almost an hour. And before I go, in case anyone wants to see my tattoos, because I do have tattoos, let's see. There you go, there's one. Two of them. And then you got my other ones. So that says Unholy Angel, in case anybody can't read it. And then you got like a fucking Grim Reaper. Alright, so I'm going to end the stream now, you guys. I'll try to go live again soon. If I have more things to talk about, I don't know. But, yeah. That's it. This has been my Thanksgiving stream. Ho, ho, ho! And Peace out. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do. Bye, folks. Happy Thanksgiving.